Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got breaking news coming out regarding Donald Trump to share with all of you. So, many of you probably know who Donald Trump is. He's the newly elected president in the United States, soon to be inaugurated as president on January 20th in just less than 2 weeks. So, just today, he was holding a press conference at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. And I want to talk to you about some of the things he was discussing while he was holding this conference. So, if you take a look at here on your screen, Trump may use military force to annex Greenland and Panama Canal. President elect Donald Trump on Tuesday suggested he would consider using military force to gain control of the Panama Canal and Greenland, and economic force to acquire Canada. Okay, so right now it looks like Donald Trump is on a mission to annex multiple regions around the United States. So we'll start off talking about Canada real quick. So over the last week or two, Donald Trump has been putting out little statements on his Truth Social platform. And he's been stating things like, Canada should become the 51st state. There's a lot of economic reasons why. He has a lot of reasons why he would like Canada to join as a 51st state to the United States. And then also just yesterday we had Justin Trudeau, the prime minister, announce his resignation from his post. And soon after that, we had a statement once again coming out from Donald Trump saying that Canada should again join as a 51st state to the United States. So he's been talking a lot about Canada recently and putting tariffs on Canada, even Mexico as well. And I'll show you guys a video that talks about that here in just a little bit. So that's some news about Canada, okay? So he wants Canada to join and become part of the United States. And then just recently, he also floated the idea of having Greenland become part of the United States as well. He wants to buy it. And right now, his son is over there. I'll show you guys some videos of Donald Trump Jr. over there. And then also regarding the Panama Canal, he wants to take control of that also. So he stated today that he'd be willing to use military force to annex Greenland and Panama Canal. But when it comes to Canada, he would utilize economic force, most likely tariffs or something like that, to put pressure on Canada to join into the United States. So very big news, guys. I was not expecting all of this when Donald Trump was originally coming out and making statements about Canada. I thought he was allegedly joking at the time, but he appears to be very serious about this. So I want to give you guys all these details and kind of talk about this and show you a couple videos of some of his statements today while he was speaking. So let's go ahead and hop in over here real quick to NBC News, and it says Trump suggests he could use military force to acquire Panama Canal and Greenland and economic force to annex Canada. He has repeatedly quipped in recent weeks that Canada should become the 51st state. So this was him speaking today at this press conference in Mar-a-Lago. It says right here, President-elect Donald Trump on Tuesday suggested he would consider using military force to gain control of the Panama Canal and Greenland and economic force to acquire Canada. During a freewheeling news conference at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida, Trump was asked by a reporter if he could assure the public that he would not use military coercion against Panama or Greenland, a goal he floated in recent weeks. No, I can't assure you on either of those two, but I can say this. We need them for economic security, Trump said. He said later that he would not use military force against Canada, but only economic force. That would really be something, Trump said, as the U.S. taking control of Canada. You get rid of that artificially drawn line and you take a look at what it looks like, and it would be also be much better for national security, Trump said. They're great, but we're spending hundreds of billions here to protect it. Trump said that the subsidies include substantial military support and that the U.S. loses out through trade deficits. So obviously a lot of economic reasons why they would want Canada to just go ahead and just join into the United States as a 51st country. So there's more information on this article. I just wanted to show you some information that's relating to talking about Canada, Greenland, and also Panama Canal, as that's primarily what we're talking about today. So now we're going to hop on over to X, and I've got some videos I can show you over here and some other information. But real quick, if you're wondering what this map is, I pulled this off of X. Actually, somebody posted this and said that this is kind of what it looks like, what Trump may be moving towards in terms of taking control of all these territories. You'd have Canada right there above the United States. Greenland is that little chunk of land sticking out on the top right corner up there that's green. And then also, if you notice, Mexico and all these Central American countries are also highlighted green. So, those are obviously speculation when it comes to Mexico, but something I will state is there's a video here where he does talk about Mexico, where he wants to put heavy tariffs onto Mexico, similar like what he wants to do with Canada. So it makes you wonder, just out of speculation, maybe if Mexico may be a plan to try to take that over also at some point, or maybe it's something he might try to want to do, not saying that he will. But the Panama Canal would be at the very bottom of the bottom side of your screen where all those green countries are at in Central America. The Panama Canal would be down there, okay? So let's hop on over to X now. I've got a few things I want to show you over here. This is from Newsweek. Trump said that he won't rule out using military force to take control of Greenland and the Panama Canal. So we've got a 30-second clip of him stating this, that yes, he would be willing potentially to use military force if need be, is what it seems like. So I'll go ahead and let him speak now. Take a look at this.
Your references to Greenland and the Panama Canal, so forth. Can you assure the world that as you try to get control of these areas, you are not going to use military or economic coercion?
No.
And can you tell us a little bit about what your plan is?
You're talking about Panama and Greenland. No, I can't assure you on either of those two. But I can say this. We need them for economic security. The Panama Canal was built for our military. I'm not going to commit to that.
Your references to
All right, so there you go. So he said he's not willing to rule out military coercion or force into taking the Panama Canal or Greenland. But again, when it comes to Canada, at least for right now, he's stating that he would only use economic force, most likely tariffs or something like that, to put pressure on Canada to join the United States. So pretty crazy news coming out, guys. Also, this from Ozen Defender. U.S. President-elect Donald J. Trump has stated that he won't commit to not using military force to capture the Panama Canal and or Greenland, and that he wants to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. So this is another video. It's about a minute long, showing Donald Trump, and he's going to be stating that that they're going to be changing the Gulf of Mexico, the name, into the Gulf of America, okay, which is that body of water just south of Texas and just to the east of Mexico. So take a look at this.
Can't let that happen. Mexico's really in trouble, a lot of trouble. Very dangerous place. And we're going to be announcing at a future date pretty soon. We're going to change, because we do most of the work there and it's ours. We're going to be changing, sort of the opposite of Biden, where he's closing everything up, essentially getting rid of $50 to $60 trillion worth of assets. We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America, what a beautiful name. And it's appropriate. It's appropriate. And Mexico has to stop allowing millions of people to pour into our country. They can stop them. And we're going to put very serious tariffs on Mexico and Canada, because Canada, they come through Canada too, and the drugs that are coming through are at record numbers, record numbers. So we're going to make up for that by putting tariffs on Mexico and Canada, substantial tariffs. And we want to get along with everybody, but you know, they have to, it takes two to tango. We're approaching.
All right, so interesting information also, right? So obviously they want to change the Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of America. But then again, if you notice towards the beginning of this video, he talks about, putting heavy tariffs on Mexico and Canada. And he talks about how like Mexico is not in good shape. And then they obviously had problems with drugs and lots of people wanting to come into America illegally. And obviously the cartel problem down there is probably a big one as well. And at some point he mentioned a little while back that they were going to be going after the cartels to prevent a lot of the drugs flowing into the country. So very interesting. Now, again, speculation. It makes you wonder if maybe that could be a goal at some point, is try to incorporate Mexico. But I'm just not sure if Mexico would be compatible with the United States in that kind of a way. But let me know what you think down below. Just definitely some interesting information there. Now, also another update from Mario Nafal, American expansion plans. Okay, so take a look at this. This is another map that somebody shared here that is a little bit clearer than the one that I showed you guys on the waiting screen. But you can see here Greenland, and then this would be Canada up here if Canada were to be taken. into the United States, and that's kind of how it would look. And you got the United States here, and then there's Mexico, and the Panama Canal would be down here. So this is going to be very interesting to see how Donald Trump pulls all this off, taking Greenland in, and then also the Panama Canal. And then I think it'll really just be up to Canada maybe at some point folding. If they do, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll never join the United States. Who knows what's going to happen? But Trump seems to be very serious about this in terms of taking these three assets into the United States and bringing them in, okay? So pretty crazy. Also from Ozen Defender, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who just announced yesterday his resignation as both Prime Minister and leader of the Labour Party, has responded to a statement made earlier today by U.S. President-elect Donald J. Trump, in which he claimed that Canada would unite the United States through economic force, with Trudeau stating, "There isn't a snowball's chance in hell that Canada would become part of the United States. Workers and communities in both our countries benefit from each other's biggest trading and security partner." So that was a statement coming out from Justin Trudeau today. This was a picture of him when he resigned yesterday, and I put out a YouTube short letting you guys know that he did resign from his post, okay? So right now, Canada's awaiting a new prime minister that's going to take over his position here in the near future. Also from ViceGrad24, following the news of Trudeau resigning as Prime Minister, Trump releases new statement calling on Canada to join the U.S. in a unified state. So this is what Trump put out on social media on his Truth Social just yesterday after Justin Trudeau had resigned. And it says right here, "Many people in Canada love being the 51st state. The United States can no longer suffer the massive trade deficits and subsidies that Canada needs to stay afloat. Justin Trudeau knew this and resigned. If Canada merged with the U.S., there would be no tariffs. Taxes would go way down, and they would be totally secure from the threats of the Russian and Chinese ships that are constantly surrounding them. Together, what a great nation it would be." So you can kind of see, what Donald Trump's plans are with all this in terms of taking Canada in, Greenland. Maybe some of this has to do with resources too. I know that Greenland is very resource rich, so that could be a large part of why they want to take in Greenland. But then there's also a fight for the Arctics right now, even with the Russians. So maybe they want to, take better control of the Arctic Ocean as well. So lots of questions to be asked here, okay? Also from Unlimited L's, just in, Donald Trump Jr. has arrived in Greenland. Okay, so my final update that I have for you guys, just wanted to show you that, yes, Donald Trump Jr. Is inside of Greenland right now. He just landed there, I think, just today, just hours ago. And I want to show you this video of him while he's in Greenland. So go ahead and take a look at this.
Guys, we're here in Nuuk, Greenland. This is the founder, 1721. That yellow house with the red top, that was his original spot. That's where he moved. This is where it all started out here. Just incredible scenery. Super cool stuff. Guys, we're...
All right, so that's Donald Trump's son, Don Jr., and again, he's there in Greenland. So, like I said, Donald Trump seems to be very serious about what he's doing in terms of taking over Greenland and potentially trying to get Canada to join into the United States and also the Panama Canal. So I'm going to follow this story because this is a pretty big development that's just starting to unfold right now. And again, I didn't really take this too seriously in the beginning when he was kind of making these statements on Truth Social about Canada joining as a 51st state, but it looks to me like he's very serious about it. So I'm curious to know what you all think about this, especially if you live in the United States. Like, how do you feel about this, these plans that Donald Trump is trying to put forth here? And then also in terms of military force to annex Greenland and Panama Canal, that's a big one, okay? Let me know what you think of that down below. But that's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.